It's good. I'm glad to be here.
We just celebrated the 50th anniversary of the first modern hot air balloon flight in Iredell County.
Being in hot air ballooning 50 years is kind of a milestone.
The history of ballooning is in that marker. The history of ballooning here in Iredell County is all about that story.
At that time, there were no hot air balloons other than this cut-down balloon he had in the south of the United States. No other balloon pilots or nothing. Everything, it was in the real early stages of ballooning. So he agreed to train me. He said, I'm just building a real special balloon for Beach Mountain Resorts in Beach Mountain, North Carolina. And probably one of the first balloons he really built that was a finished product, but it was in the experimental class because he wasn't certified yet. He said, in 2 weeks, I know the date I've got to deliver it. I'm going to be coming through Statesville, and I'll meet you someplace, and I'll give you your first training flight. And then we'll do the rest of them back down in Charlotte. I said, that sounds great. Well, I had a 2-week notice he was coming, and I'm a promotional type guy, as you'll learn through all the things I've got into. So I went to Newtown Shopping Center, Plaza, by the way, where there's a plaque there commemorating what I'm getting ready to tell you. And I said, well, I got to make some money out of this. I can't just pay for my first balloon flight. I got to make some money out of it, and it's a training flight. So I went to the Newtown mall manager and said, would you like to do a balloon promotion on this date? And I only charge you $300, and it'd give you some publicity. And they said, yeah, we'd like to do that. So Tracy charged me $75 for my first balloon training flight, and I charged them all $300, so I made $225 on my first balloon flight. Tracy didn't know this. I said, Tracy, meet me at the Newtown Mall. I made all the arrangements. We're going to do a balloon flight, our first balloon flight from there. Now, this balloon he had made for Beach Mountain incorporated his first, I think it probably might have been his first. He may have done something before that, but as I remember, it was his first triangle basket, really finished one he made for this particular special balloon, because this was a big deal for Tracy. And so he told me he was bringing a special carriage, and me and him would probably be the first people that actually flew in it. So he came by, we designated the time to meet at 3 and try to fly around 4 or 5 o'clock. So the mall had done a little promotional, and there were some people that gathered around, not very many, but we had a little crowd there, and Tracy drove up and kind of looked around and said, hey, where'd these people come from? Well, anyway, he never questioned me about anything. We went on and we inflated the balloon of this first balloon flight, which was October the 4th, 1969, and Tracy and I got in this balloon, which he called the Land of Oz, because he was delivering it to Beach Mountain, and it was the Land of Oz theme. So this was the first flight in Iredell County for a hot air balloon. It was my first flight in a balloon. Tracy and I developed this relationship. So this flight kicked off many things that he did in ballooning and many things I did in ballooning, and our working relationship through it all. So we took off from Newtown Shopping Center. The wind took us west over downtown, went right over the square, downtown Statesville. I think the flight was 4.3 miles, lasted an hour and 15 minutes. And we landed on Buffalo Show Road, just west of the Statesville Airport. So that flight really kicked off ballooning, not only in Statesville and Iredell County, but southeast, because later on Tracy started selling balloons all over the United States and all over the world. And then I started training students from mainly the United States, but some from Bogota, Colombia, and other places. So this flight got him going and me going, doing our thing.
I'm so glad Bill's in our life. He's an amazing man. He's an awesome pilot. He's a great historian. And he's promoted ballooning probably more than anybody around here. That marker is an important part of our history, and I'm so glad that Bill had the thought to put it there, because it reminds us every day where we've come from.